All right, we've got this new information for you this morning. In the UK, the Bank of England has announced it's cut interest rates to 4.5%. But what does this really mean to you all? For more on that, let's bring in CBS News foreign correspondent Ramy Inocencio, a fantastic friend of the show. I'm going to anoint you, Ramy. Why has the Bank of England decided to make this cut, and what's been the immediate reaction in the past hour or so?
Right. Well, in short order, the reason for this is that the UK economy has not been doing very well. Economic growth has been slower than what the government would like. And the idea here is that if you cut rates, then that would inject cheaper money into the system. So and that is what we're seeing right now, looking at the markets. In fact, the FTSE 100, which is the main UK benchmark, is hitting record highs. So a lot of investors who are playing this are definitely cheering. On the flip side, though, when you cut interest rates, you usually see a cut or a fall in the currency. So the British pound is down by about 1%. Let's go and bring you on this rate path journey and bring that up on the screen. There we go. So the BOE, the Bank of England, cut by a quarter percentage point to 4.5%. You take a look at that on the right side of your screen. This is the third rate cut since they started cutting, since the fourth quarter of last year. All 9 members said that they wanted to cut, but 2 said that they wanted a bigger cut. So this means that over the course of this year, we might actually see 2 more cuts happening here to take that down to potentially 4%. Lower rates, of course, mean that could impact mortgages, could impact car loans or rates there, and cheaper money may mean that could help with things like infrastructure. What we're waiting for right now, which is actually more important than what I've been telling you, is that the Bank of England Governor, Andrew Bailey, is now talking about the forecast for the future and the health of the British economy. Right now, the biggest thing, inflation has been the buzzword for everyone around the world. He just came out saying that he expects inflation to keep rising despite this to 3.7%. That is not something that anyone here wants to see because, as we know, here on the high street, what Americans would call Main Street, and prices from groceries to restaurants to bars are just eye-watering. So to hear that things will be up by 3.7% and it will take many months, if not maybe even another year, for those to come down to the goal of 2% is still a long time coming. So people will be looking at that, potentially trying to keep their pocketbooks closed just a little bit more.
In the meantime, Ramy, how does the threat of tariffs from Trump color all of this and the economic picture?
Sure. Well, right now, Donald Trump has said that potentially a deal could be worked out with the United Kingdom. He said that a couple days ago, right? At first, he threw out these wild lines saying that the EU and the UK would be targeted, then walked back saying that he actually liked Prime Minister Keir Starmer, and that something could be worked out. I think more importantly is looking at the European Union. And with that, he said that there has to be something to be done. Hundreds of billions of dollars worth of imports coming in. And, in terms of the categories, everything that comes out, it can be from automotives, German cars, BMWs, Mercedes, to French agriculture, alcohol, dairy, meats, and possibly even things like high-end luxury goods. So we're talking about likes of Germany, France, and Italy. The thing is, people don't know what is actually going to happen, right? We saw that Donald Trump said that he was going to threaten tariffs on Mexico and then Canada. And then 24 hours later, he walked those back, or he said that they came to some kind of agreement. So we don't know if that's actually going to happen here in the EU. So a lot of people are just waiting to see if he fires those tariffs.
Just don't tax my Skips, my Whisper, my Flake bars. This is British candy, folks. I need to import that stuff to keep me going. Ramy, great to chat with you. Okay, good. I'm holding you to it. Great to see you this morning, Ramy. Thank you.